All right, let's have a serious discussion. Is LIV Golf in trouble with their brand, their viewership, their moving forwardness? Let's see what they said. They said in their first event here in 2023 at Mayakoba that they posted that they had 3.2 million viewers across all platforms for the weekend. Okay, that's great. So what does that mean? Well, let's see. They went head to head with the Honda Classic, and the Honda Classic still had more total viewers. However, the LIV broadcast is broadcast on the CW. That's how you can watch it on television. Now, here's the challenge with that. It's in my area, it was on the CW if you had DirecTV. I don't have DirecTV. So I have YouTube TV. So I don't get it on CW on YouTube TV in my area. So I had to download the app and sling it or cast it to my television via the app. Pretty easy. And the app was one of the most popular downloaded apps on the App Store, those few days. So we know a lot of people were downloading the app and watching LIV Golf. And they claimed they had 3.2 million viewers across all platforms. Okay, well, what do we compare that to? The Honda Classic? That's tough, right? Now, they are going head to head in their next event in Tucson, March 17th through 19th. That is going to go directly up against the Valspar Championship at the Copperhead course in Palm Harbor, Florida, like Tampa area, right? So that's what they're going up against. That's an $8 million purse versus the week prior, this week, the Players Championship, $25 million purse. Also, the World Golf Championship, the Dell Match Play, a couple weeks later is $20 million purse. So LIV is cherry picking their events to coincide with kind of second tier PGA Tour events like the Valspar Championship. And then later in the month, in March, they're going to go against the Valero Texas Open, another $8-point-something million purse. And LIV will be in Orlando that week. And I'm just checking out the schedule for both of them to see what they go against, what events they're competing against. They're definitely not going against the Players Championship and the majors and the big events like the Dell Match Play Championships. They're picking lower tier events to go head to head with. And they said they got 3.2 million viewers, total viewers. Okay, so let's compare that with other golf content that's out there. So for the month of February, we know, according to LIV, and I don't have any reason to believe they're fudging the numbers or that they would lie about this. I don't think they would. I think leaks would get out if they're fudging these numbers. So I do believe in their numbers, and it's not like they said we got 32 million views. That would be ridiculous and hard to believe. So they said they got 3.2. So let's just go. Okay, so let's compare it with other golf-related content. So I know for me, Mr. Short Game, well, that's about how many total views I got for the month of February across my platforms. I already got more than that across all my platforms, but let's just stick to YouTube. That's about where I landed myself. So what does that mean? Well, I know that Rick Shields, he's getting 10 to 15 million views per month. So if you want to compare head to head for the week, if Rick is getting, let's just say he's getting 10 million views a month, that means he's getting 2.5, 3 million a week. He's getting like 15 million views a month. So he's up there. He is getting more views across all platforms than LIV Golf. Good Golf. They're getting more views, or they definitely got more views than LIV for the month of February. But if we want to narrow it down to that specific week, well, Rick beat them or came real close. Good beat them or came really, really close just for those few days. Who else? Well, Bob Does Sports is getting a lot of views. So they're close. They might not be as close as Rick or Good, but that's only because they don't have the library of videos that those other two channels do have, but they're getting there. So then we look at, what about Grant Horvath? He's getting a lot of views. For the month, Grant's going to beat them also. So is Micah Morris. All these people are beating LIV or tying LIV or being really on par with LIV viewerships on their own. Now, what about like Busted Jack? Well, they're close. They probably got 1 million or 1.5 million views for the month. So they're a third of the way or half the way. There's Danny Maude. He's up there. He probably beat them as well as, I mean, there's a number of other creators that are up there is what I'm saying. Even GM Golf. Well, that's Garrett. So his viewers are going to be the same as Good. But again, what about Steven and Matt Scharf and Bubby Golf? All these guys are up there or beating LIV Golf on their own. Just imagine if all these golf creators did something that weekend just like LIV or anybody else. How many millions of viewers would they get? Now, a lot of people have been talking about a YouTuber tour or tournaments or competition or things like that. I'm wondering how many views would that get? Let's say there's a YouTube tournament aired on YouTube on whatever channel, a separate new channel, or on the CW. Hello. Like, I think if all the YouTuber creators, I'm not even like me, I wouldn't draw that many compared to Good or Rick Shields or Bob Does Sports or these other guys. Like, I'm not, but all combined, I believe that if all the YouTubers, let's say 20 YouTubers got together for an event or a tournament, allowed fans to come in and play and like a pro-am style format, and we're all having a good time, whatever, playing something, how many views would that get? I believe that that would generate millions more views than LIV Golf. That's what the numbers are currently already, at least on YouTube. The videos from the golf creators are getting more views than LIV Golf and more views than the Honda Classic got. So that's why I'm wondering, is LIV in trouble? Like, how long can they go on? I mean, they've got unlimited resources, right? They've got a ton of money. But if you compare that to golf content creators out there like Rick and Good and Bob and Busted Jack and even some of the new up and comers, like if you put all that together, there's zero prize money. There's nobody's being paid hundreds of millions of dollars to show up, and yet I'm not even including myself in this. I'm trying to leave me out of it for now. Like, if there is an event, I certainly want to be involved. I want to be part of that because I think it would be great and it's groundbreaking. But there's none of us would be getting paid millions of dollars to be part of it. We would just do it because we love to do it, right? And create content around that. So, a new league like LIV is pouring millions and millions and hundreds of millions of dollars into these events when they're getting 3 million viewers out of it. That to me seems like, wow, you're really going all in for very little return. Whereas the YouTube golf community is already generating more views individually. There are individual channels blowing away the viewership of LIV Golf. So that's what I'm wondering, when And like Nate Edwardson, he talks about it on his podcast. He's got new up and comer golf YouTube podcaster, talks a lot about what's happening in social media. Like he's talking about it. A lot of people are talking about this. So the question is, would that like take over the golf space in terms of a golf tour, golf events, golf entertainment, right? You don't tune in to YouTube Golf for the best golfing in the world. You tune into us because it's entertainment. It's fun, chill, fun, entertaining golf that it's kind of like we all play that golf, so we kind of want to watch it with people we're familiar with. Whereas you go to the tours for the best play in the world. So that's why I tune into the PGA Tour, best play in the world, best players in the world I get to see compete at the highest level. I tune into LIV Golf because I'm interested in golf and there's some exciting elements to it. But how many more views would a YouTuber event get, like on television, on YouTube, online, versus like LIV Golf or even some of not the top tier PGA events, but the second tier one, like the Valspar versus LIV Golf? That's what I want to see. I want to see the second tier PGA Tour events, because the top tier ones are going to win the race. Everybody's going to watch the majors and the Players Championship. And the Dell Match Play, you're going to watch some of that. It depends who makes it to the finals, because it's only two players at that point. So it's kind of boring. And then there's a third and fourth place match. So if those are kind of boring. But the early rounds are a lot more exciting because there's a lot more players. So I want to see, let's say, a Valspar Championship versus the LIV Tour in Tucson versus a YouTube event tournament. Now, Rick Shields did one a few years ago, and I think he called it the YouTuber Golf Day. And that was cool. I didn't go to that, but that was pretty cool. But what I would like to see would be more of a tournament style, very similar to like a Pro-Am, where fans can come and buy a Pro-Am slot that they play, and two fans play with two creators, and then that team versus all the other teams, right? So you could have like 20 teams or 40 teams, depending on how many creators you had. And I think two creators would team up, and their ball with the amateur, I call them amateurs, but the paying fans would play, and then that would be the tournament, the event that you would put on. And I want to know how, or you just do all the creators play in an event, or you do both, right? But let's just say you start off with just a one-day event. I want to know which of those three events you think would get the most views online or even on television, right? Would it be the second tier Valspar Championship, the LIV Tucson, or some YouTuber golf creator tournament that can be constructed in its format at a later date? I kind of like the LIV format, so maybe kind of keep that, tweak it a little bit, make it a little more creator friendly, which means just like instead of playing your own ball, maybe it's like a shamble or a best ball or a better ball or something a little more friendly to players who aren't the best players in the world. There's going to be people who hit in the bushes a few times, right? Like if you had Bob DeSports paired up with whoever else, even Joey Colcuts, like there might be a lot of lost balls. So if the two of them could play a best ball or a scramble, two-man scramble, that would be kind of a little more friendly format for them, and then their playing partners could contribute as well. So something on those lines I think would be good. Which one of those would generate the most viewership? That's what I want to know. And hopefully we get to find out soon. But this is why I'm wondering if LIV Golf could be in trouble, not necessarily bumped out by the PGA Tour, who is changing its format, but bumped out by the golf creators doing the exact same thing, minus the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars paid to the players to play. That's why I think LIV Golf really opened the door, and the thought that, hey, we can broadcast this on YouTube, and these creators already have YouTube audiences that will just transfer, and there's not this other surrounding kind of negative aspect to where the money is coming from. That's because there's no money involved. There would just be like sponsors supporting it, or a golf resort destination saying, come here. And it could, I mean, that's easy. That's easy to cover. That's easy to pay for. You sell a few tickets, you could sell 1,000 tickets at $20 a ticket, that's 20 grand. Well, that kind of pays for the golf course. You sell, I don't know, how many, you got 40 Pro-Am spots, $1,000. That's another 40 grand. 40 plus 20 to 60 grand. That covers the golf course right there. There's your golf course for the day. And the golf course makes money. That's some food for people. You have sell concessions. That's easy. You get vendors in there for concessions. That they're going to make money there off the 1,000 fans. You probably get more than 1,000, but I'm just being like, estimate low. I think you can get at least 1,000 fans. You have some volunteers come in and work, or you pay people to come in and work, and the ticket sales cover that. It's easy. I don't know how to do it. I just have ideas. I think somebody out there knows they can do it, and some sponsors get behind it. Oh my gosh. I think you're going to get with that. I think that YouTube event, let's say you start with a 1-day event. I think it should be a 2 or 3 day event, but if you start with 1 day, I believe you would get 10 million views on that. I believe that would happen across all platforms, whatever that means, right? But YouTube, I think you're going to at least minimum, this is going to blow away any of our individual videos would do. Good's already, like, they're going to be the biggest draw for sure. So I don't know. Do you compensate them for that, or are they just part of it? I don't know. You have to talk to them, right? Or Rick, he's going to be a huge draw. But that video is going to have millions of viewers watching because it's you get 20 of the top YouTube creators and our audiences and the reach we already have. It would blow away. It's not even competition. That's what's funny. It's not competition against LIV or the PGA Tour. It's another avenue for golf content to watch. And that would generate millions of views per event. Sponsors, hello, somebody make it happen. You guys know how to do it. You event coordinators, coordinate that sucker. And that's why I think LIV isn't going to go anywhere. But I think when they see like, whoops, like they kind of open Pandora's box. Like, look what can be done online. Hello, we spent $1 billion. You spent nothing. You got more views than us. Thank you very much. See you later. Check, please. That's what I think could happen. So I don't know. We'll see what the viewership is at the Tucson Gallery Club for the LIV event coming in a week. But we know the Players Championship is going to be epic. Let me know your thoughts. I'm curious.